Folks, I have amazing news for you about the Warriors and myself. First, let's start with the Warriors. They are one game out of the 6th seed. We are balling since Jimmy Butler has come here, 6-1. We start a East Coast road trip that is a very favorable schedule. We're going to break down that schedule for you, the games that they win, starting in Orlando tonight. We have some roster news for you. Warriors need to either A, sign some players. We talked about the two-way players we got. Kevin Knox is becoming a full-time player, letting him go. The 10-day contract is about to be up. We're going to break that down for you and give you a quick view of the buyout market, who the Warriors could get. A lot to get to on this episode of Warriors Digest, the preview for this road trip. Randy Silver, thank you for being here. If you're fan number one or you just joined us, we're within 800, maybe it's 900, around that range of the 10,000 subscribers. If you want to be part of the Warrior fandom, please subscribe. If you're missing out on live streams, breakdowns like these, commenting, chats, everything in between, it would mean a lot to help us hit 10,000. And before I dive into the episode, personal news for me, folks. If you've been here for a while, you know I've talked about my journey. I go to the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University to become a sports reporter full-time. And folks, I finished. 2 years, 20 months, done. Yesterday was my final class, and I'm officially going to walk as valedictorian 4.0 graduate next week. I have some job offers down the line coming where I will be talking sports on television every day. So excited. Living my dream of talking sports with you at Warriors Digest is great. What does it mean for this channel? We got you covered. You all know during the trade deadline, if you were here with that, Ben Rogers, CEO of Digest Media, does a great job breaking it down. We're bringing in probably some more Warriors leaders to come in to talk Warriors for you. So if my schedule becomes a bit more like this, because I'm out there in the field talking sports every day, we're going to make sure to keep you covered on all your Warriors news. That's what you need. But I just want to say thank you to everybody here who's been the journey, following my own personal journey at Randy Silver TV. You know, I talked about my ex-girlfriend and I breaking up here. You all supported me and said, we'll get through it. That was like 4-ish months ago. And look where we're at, folks. I'm about to live my dream covering sports every day, just like I do with the Warriors here. What we got to talk about, folks, is this schedule coming up. The Magic tonight. And they are a bit downtrodden right now. They are not playing good brand of basketball. They're about to fall out of the standings. They got killed by the Cavs, beat the Wizards as they should, lost to the Grizzlies in a very close game, beat the Hawks, the Hornets, the Hawks, they lost. Spurs, they won, and the Nuggets. So it's been up and down, a lot of injuries, and Banchero has not been playing well at all. Now, if you look at the standings, they're 29-31, but as you saw right there, folks, the Southeast Division is crap. Nobody's above 500. Worst division in basketball. And the NBA got away with the top 3 division leaders, have 1, 2, 3, which I agree with. So they're not in danger of missing the playoffs per se, because you look here at 21-37, but they're on the wrong side of a 5-5, where the Warriors are 7-3 and we're cooking with 4 in a row. The school I go to is in Orlando, folks. So I will be going to this game tonight. I'll be taking my Curry jersey. I'm going to be getting to as close to the floor as possible. You know, tickets ain't cheap, but I will be at that game. I'll get some behind-the-scenes videos if I can, and we'll make a video, a fun vlog type of video for this channel to just put that out there to show you a Warriors fan inside Orlando. And the good thing is, it's a very international city here, so I think there'll be more Warriors fans than Magic fans. Let's go. Then you got Philly, who are just absolutely horse crap right now. If we look at Philly, they're not even in the playoffs. 1-9. Paul George isn't going to be podcasting anymore to focus on this team turnaround. Embiid's hurt. That needs to be a win. We just blew out Charlotte. It should be a win back at home. Steph Curry going back to North Carolina. Now the big game, folks, of course, is New York TNT primetime, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Not this upcoming Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Yeah, I guess this upcoming Tuesday. Big time game. Jalen Brunson. You got Cat. The whole gang. That is a big time game. We know that Steph loves going to New York. New York right now, if we look at them in the standings, they're 3. They're basically like 0-6 against Cleveland, Boston, and somebody else. I think I saw some record. They don't do well against the top tier teams. Now, they do have more wins than us. Of course, we got Jimmy now. We have 31. They have 38. And Brunson versus Curry will be popcorn. Brooklyn, they're trying to tank. Obviously, we made the trade with them earlier for Dennis. Brooklyn right here, right out of the play-in spot. So I expect us to get 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say that maybe a loss. 4-1 at the minimum. And then Detroit, folks, look at this. When we come back home, they're no pushover. They're 8-2. They're 8-2 in their last 10, 33-26. Their turnaround has been impeccable. They're clearly going to be a playoff team, not playing when you look at the gap here, unless something changes. But they have a chance to get up to the 4 seed. I'm very impressed by this team, especially with how bad they've been across the board. So that won't be an easy game at home. Then you get Portland. We just cracked Sacramento, New York Knicks, Denver, Milwaukee, Toronto. So an easy road trip coming up, and then at home, a tougher homestand. You need every win that you can get. And that takes you to this team, what we got. Kuminga will remain out in Orlando. That game, of course, is tonight, February 27th. You have a 2-day break, then you go to Philly, 2-day break, Charlotte, then back-to-back with New York Knicks, then the day off in Brooklyn. He's been on the road trip, so I feel like maybe Philly, primetime game, but if he can't play Orlando an extra 2 days, personally, I don't know if we need him. Maybe keep him for the Knicks game or keep him for the home. So, folks, comment your thoughts. When do you think that Kuminga should be coming back? And Rick Salbrini, of course, is the head of training. Kerr did say that he's been looking good in practice, but he hasn't scrimmaged yet, so he's a way off. That was a couple days ago. He's now scrimmaging now. Let me pull this up 1 second. So for Kevin Knox, I mentioned earlier, he's on a 10-day contract. It's about to be up in the next 2 to 4 days. By March 15th, I expect him to be signed for at least the rest of the season. Again, he's been playing well. We talked about last game, coming off the bench, his size, his shooting. He's not a G League player. He's proven he's an NBA player. He sacrificed with the Santa Cruz Warriors. He paid his dues. There's absolutely no reason why he wouldn't be on this team full time. When you look right here, again, he's only making $150,000. To convert him would be very cheap. Yuri Collins, backup point guard. I don't think they keep him. So that gives him 2 spots open on the roster to go ahead and try to sign 2 buyout players, which we'll touch on in a second. You can see the future salary right here. And again, Knox, you can see it, 10-day contract. It will be coming up very shortly. Warriors, since Butler has come, have been one of the best defensive teams, if not the best defensive team in the NBA, only giving up 104 points per game. But again, folks, we're playing okay teams, not the toughest stretch of the schedule. And our offensive rating has gone up from 111 to 121, so we're scoring more points too. March 1st is the last day for players to get waived while retaining playoff eligibility, and that is something we'll take a look at. Lastly, players who have been signed already, Alex Lynn, Ben Simmons, Torrey Craig, and potential candidates. Kyle Anderson could get bought out by the Heat. Maybe he comes back to the Warriors. I'm not even sure if that's allowed. Sissoko, Wizards, Trey Jones, Maxi Kleber, Chris Middleton could be a great fit at power forward for us. I know we want a big center, Markieff Morris, Cam Reddish, Dennis. I feel bad if he has to move again. That's so hard in his family. PJ Tucker, DeLon Wright. So do any of these fancy you, tickle your nose and say, hey, these are the people I want? Or is there someone else we haven't named? I see a homie in the comments always says Kai Santos, I think. Somebody like that. So comment your thoughts, folks. Again, a very wide-ranging episode getting us previewed for this upcoming next stretch of games. Warriors fans, things are looking up. My personal life is looking up. Thank you for being on this journey. Let's go get it tonight in Orlando.